Alright, launching back into where we left off from previously. We had just unlocked the base computer module. So, we will be continuing from there. I do know one thing. This irradiated wasteland that I'm on is not the place to build the base. So we're gonna go ahead and just dump out of here. I'm gonna check the system availability. So far we've got a barren heated wasteland, and then we've got this place which is irradiated. That looks like that's going to be either a frost or possibly a paradise. So we're going to try to find this unknown planet. Let's see. That's the one I started on. What do we got here? Do we have... That is a decaying nuclear plant. We do not want to mess with that place, which means that the planet we are looking for, we need to go around this big bastard to find. So here we go. And straight into an asteroid field. Go. That's the planet we are looking for, and it is an icy planet. Well, that's not great. The 4 planets in this sector all are fairly terrible. So we'll go with this one. Stop there, I don't know. I think the stupid thing locked on to an asteroid. Well, I guess we'll be making us a nice island base. An irradiated island base. That can't be great for the health. Oh, and we have, this is the perfect place to build a base. There's a spaceport nearby, so we can teleport and sell to this place quickly and efficiently. We will be claiming this as our own, and we shall build the tiny box base to begin. But first, always loot the rusted scrap. Oh, a Gek relic. Not useful here, but we can use it to boost our Gek reputation if we can find one of the little lizard boys. Squares interact, not X. Right. So then let's see. Doesn't look like there's anything here that will impede us. Terrain manipulator. We're going to switch this to the flattening feature because I like to build my bases on nice flat zones. There we are. Perfect. I'm gonna clear all of these rocks and shrubs out of my zone. Get out. Oh, lag spike. Not great. The previous video is still uploading at this time, so unfortunately that may be a continual issue throughout this video. Probably not, but I live in the middle of nowhere, so internet is not the greatest. We shall build a base computer. Boop. On the outskirts. We want to build this computer fairly close to over here. Alright. There are no prior claims. We will be claiming this site. Because by claiming it, we can now build teleporters and all manner of other things. But not until we learn a bunch of recipes. Accessing log from previous user. Entry number 4925D follows. Storm sweeping across, but construction supplies low. Depositing shelter plans. Wall need to back soon. Shall extract the plans. Ah, yes, the floors and roofs.
Radiation protection falling.
This will, however, trigger a scene. Yes. We shall build
Weather warning.
a 4x4.
Incoming storm. Base computer online. Radiation protection falling.
We shall build a 4x4 base. Alright.
Radiation damage detected.
To the inside we go. This is another reason to build
Radiation
them.
protection.
Build your base near one of these. You can hang on here when this storm hits. This is actually a really nice multi-tool. And it has everything I have and need except for this, but I don't have 1.7 million units. Adding the ability to sit in chairs, while nice for a role-playing perspective, is tediously annoying when you're trying to interact with certain objects. Ah, this is our first Viking. The warrior's nostrils flare as I approach. They inhale deeply, tasting the metallic tang of the radiation that lingers on my exosuit. They bark out what could be a warning. I hurriedly mime that I am peaceful and know little of their kind or language. Viadek Fioi, Ijin Taizara, Luhun Lazayayuk, Rum Yanki, En Pawen, and Zokaif, Kabadgar, Ifintin Quilo. They take a second to think, then grab my multi-tool, barking again into my visor, streaking it with saliva. That is disgusting. They point at the mining beam, charge indicator, then on my backpack. I do my best to keep calm. The mining beam charge uses carbon. So since we can't understand them, you can always use these little clues like the tool they're talking about and where. So we're going to give him 15 carbon and hope we don't disappoint him immensely. And we were correct. Impressed by both my gift and my understanding, they teach me several new words of their language. Fantastic. This should teach us, what, 3 words I think, or is it only 2? Ah, only 2. That is unfortunate. Ah, go away, stupid chairs.
Storm clearing.
I keep pressing the wrong buttons to access my menu as well, which is not helpful. We're going to talk to this guy, because he is going to sell us technology and the things to craft them. Not everything, obviously, but some of the things. The first thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to sell some components. Where is it? We'll sell the Mordite. We don't have a use for it right now, and it's up by 2.5% almost, so that's very good. Sweet Root is down by 1.2, so that's only going to sell for 11,000. But we need all the money we can get, so we will sell everything we can. This is what I was talking about, these feline livers. They're almost always in demand of some kind, and even for 8 of them, we're getting as much as we were for 15 of the Sweet Roots. The Viscous. Oh, it just randomly dropped me. Now, normally I'd save the Gek relics for the reputation, but like I said, we need money more than we need rep. The Viscous Fluids, they don't sell for much, but early on, every little bit helps. Alright, now we're going to go into our starship. Our wheat is up, so we're going to get 8 grand for only 10 of them. Gold. Gold is a useful crafting resource, but for the purposes of selling, it is atrocious. I have never seen gold be anything less than a -10 demand. So unless you have thousands upon thousands of gold stacked up, there's no point in selling it. I try to keep about a single stack of 500 on me, whenever possible, just for crafting purposes. But otherwise, once I exceed that, I'll sell anything over a stack just for what little profit I can make. But other than that, it is useless. And the same thing goes for silver. Craftable only, it doesn't sell for hardly anything. And the goop is actually up today. That's surprising. And even with all that, I was only able to get 9,000 units. Or 98,000. Not helpful. Not when you need millions at a time. Blueprints, we can afford a couple of things. A couple of key upgrades that you always want to get. You always want the advanced mining laser. You absolutely have to have that stupid thing. And the shield lattice upgrade is exceptionally useful. It's just a 20% flat rate increase to your battery life for your hazard protection, and does not interfere with the stack limit of other shield lattice mods. Another thing to keep in note, most items have a limit to the number of things you can attach to them before they stop working. The same thing goes for this barrel ionizer. You can have this plus 6 other total attachments, 3 sentinel attachments and 3 non-sentinel attachments on your bolt caster at a time. The waveform is useful. It increases your recharge rate and scan radius for your little scan tool, which is what highlights the dihydrogen modules, sodium, your little backpacks, your oxygen, or I say backpacks, the little blue plants that increase your jetpack duration to be unlimited for a short period of time. Another really good one is the teleport receiver, because it increases the range at which you can transfer materials from your exosuit to your backpack. But for now, we only have 262, so we're going to get the 120 shield lattice and the waveform recycler. I'd like to get this, but I have to rank up with these stupid Viking people first. They kind of look like a weird cross between the old school Predators and fish people from Star Wars. I don't like them. They did not. They just don't sit well with me. I'm not a fan of those guys. They make me mad. You can also sell to this thing, which will offer you different prices for goods compared to what the individual will. As you can see, the things of actual value are these little white trade goods, which you can eventually learn recipes to be able to craft all of those. And different systems like different materials. Like this material will sell you like local trade goods for really, really cheap. But if you were to bring them economy luxuries, or if you could bring them luxury trade goods, the sell price is exponentially higher. Which we can get this material by finding broken starships. We have to repair usually the launch thruster and the I forget what it's called off the top of my head. The pulse engine. You almost always have to repair both of these if you find a downed starship that you can salvage. You repair both of those, you fly it into a spaceport, and you sell it, making an exponential profit. It's one of the best early game profit money makers. Is just finding and selling broken starships. Alright, we're going to skip this milestone nonsense. I don't care. There's a variety of walls you can use. Unfortunately, they're all the same because we don't have the thing. So, let's craft these ones. Come on, get out of my way. We'll leave an opening for a door there. And I need to go find more carbon. Ooh. Tiny amount of money. And the mining beam. Oh, more money. Keep forgetting we are on a relatively new planet. So, finding... I should be able to scan almost everything. I scanned a few things when we landed here initially, but there's... I mean, probably 30 or 40 different types of rock. You can sometimes check. We haven't unlocked it yet. But once you get past the first few tutorial missions here, you will be able to get a list of other missions, and one of them will be exploration based. Which reminds me, I need to go do this. I keep trying to sprint with L1 still because I have still played too much Skyrim. Which, like I said, I'll probably start a new Let's Play with Skyrim, just doing a mage build for the first time. Strike it. That is massively important. In the meantime, I need to craft. No, not craft, but I need to place my portable rectifier. Throw those, and I guess I'll throw those in there too. And more. I am out of range. This is why you need the teleport module for your starship. But sadly, I cannot afford that. We're gonna need a bunch more chromatic metals, so we'll keep that for now.
Radiation protection falling.
I messed up horribly because I should have built at least one roof tile so that my radiation protection would stop falling. In the meantime, I'm gonna go there. I don't think I ever activated this thing. I did. Okay, so we're good. Now we just have to hope we don't get heckled by the sentinels while I try to mine Oh, great. I'm gonna have to deal with that cat, but that's nice. He'll give me a couple of them. You can also whack him upside the head. If you're playing on console, R1 is a melee button. It's not the best, but it is still better than nothing. And this, you can't mine this because we don't have the advanced mining laser installed yet. But that is purely due to the fact that we don't have the materials for it. But we can at least put it down for now. Good. We're making some magnetized ferrite, so we'll be able to get some of that. Not quite that much. Mine these trees, get a whole bunch of carbon off of these things. Don't need to analyze that, otherwise we will not get our secondary element, which in this case is oxygen. It's very helpful. One thing to note is anytime you find one of these damaged machineries, there will always be
Radiation protection.
a buried technology module nearby. And you need those buried technology modules for the construction blueprint upgrade machine that we just unlocked. That is very nice, but exceptionally useless at this point in time. Gotta switch.
Radiation protection falling.
Good. Just do a quick little circle scan to see, just like that. Get us another one of our creatures.
Received.
That is a was not paying attention. Okay, that little floating crystal, those are worth harvesting. If you see those, harvest them. Because you can break them down into usually one of about 6 or 7 rare advanced elements. Okay, I've already scanned. We are going to look at them because they are annoying and I dislike them. And they're one of the better sources of oxygen. They don't give a whole lot because we're in survival. So we only get about 10, I believe it is. It's something between 8 and 10. Strawberries, they're just like the wheats and the sweet roots and all that. And again, based on the system, that'll determine how popular they are and how much you can make off of them. Oh, this is a whole field of floating crystals. So what we are going to do now, because this will draw the stupid little sentinel boy over here to us when we start doing this, we're going to tunnel in here a little bit. It'll keep our radiation from falling any further, and never mind, times are sad. Carbon nanotubes and hermetic seals. I'm going to craft the carbon nanotube. Can't craft the hermetic seals because I need condensed carbon. So I need to go find me a source of that. We'll throw that in there to keep the inventory slots free for now. I am going to
Radiation protection falling.
plant that. That'll mark this location so we can just pretty much always be able to come back and find it. Good old salt. Has its uses, but not for anything I need now. It is good to know that we have a salt platform at Mira if we need it. I would like to find an actual cave system, but I don't think that's going to happen today. What do we got there? Copper deposit. I actually kind of really need to farm some uranium currently.
Radiation protection falling.
And we'll throw another battery in real quick. I don't think I can craft any one of those. No, because I need more cobalt, which is why I need to find a cave. Can't get cobalt without the caves. I should notice a decent little profit. These submerged relics aren't too bad. The only real downside to them is that we are currently on an irradiated planet.
Extreme radiation.
So our radiation damage gets massively increased by being underwater. So you'll see we only have 50 seconds or so. It's like a grand total of a minute to be in this before our radiation kills us. One good thing is these little plants here, while they won't do anything about your radiation, you can use them to replenish your oxygen values. But I'm just going to come over here and pick one of these up real quick so you can see. It's the Hadal Coral, which, like I said, isn't great.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, so we're going to have to use that, and we'll have to use some of that. I don't have the upgrade yet, but there's a jetpack upgrade you can get that'll make the underwater usage of the jetpack only use one little tick down instead of 3. It is exceptionally useful. Let's see here. Oh, no, Sentinel. Go away. Crafting that bolt caster. I did not. Oh, because I need 3 carbon nanotubes. Let's craft those. Never mind, I need more carbon. Which means I need to get away from this guy and back over to where the trees are at. Because for some reason this half of the island is utterly abandoned by anything resembling carbon. I mean, there are these little things, which I might be able to mine some of these, but these larger ones you cannot mine without the advanced field. I just really have to hope that the Sentinel guy doesn't come over here to heckle me while I'm doing this. Because this is the best source of condensed carbon ever. In fact, if I can get all 3 of those, it'll massively increase it. Not a cave, just a random. But there might be a cave underneath me. I thought there might be a cave then. Nope. Oh well. Armor law knows that's not going to be great. So bonus ferrite from dropping that. That over there. Start running low on space. That's one thing you will find you never quite have enough of until you no longer really need it. Your inventory space is always going to be running out. Little carbon there.
Radiation protection.
Oh no, that was the oxygen plant. Yeah, sometimes I am just dumb. But that's alright. I get by pretty well. The end is done. Oh no. Go away. Oh, you stupid Sentinel. I don't like you. I walked 100 feet and everything on this whole planet became something new. Oh, go away! I hate those guys, because he will heckle me across this entire planet. As soon as I start to mine something, because they have these little detectors in them that let them know that somebody is mining things. Because the whole purpose of the Sentinels is to prevent civilizations from being built. So they will drop anybody that's attempting to build bases, little cities. That's why you can only find like remote, fairly terrible outposts over here. Because everybody else got taken down by the Sentinels. Wait, I don't think in my inventory I didn't really need, but I might as well finish that. Yes. Alright, so this puts me on... I'll use some of my actual sodium. I got a decent amount of that. And my weapon charge is depleted. It is just a chain of unfortunate events occurring right now. Craft a hermetic seal real quick so that we can throw that into our advanced mining wagon. These we are going to have to buy. And they go for about 27,000 each. Which is unfortunate. But I'm gonna harvest as much carbon as I can real quick. So that I can power everything I need. I still haven't even finished one stack of carbon. That's terrible. And for some reason, even though I was mining all the way up here, it was targeting this weird little salt. Salt isn't terrible, but it's also not the most useful thing anymore. It used to be extremely valuable, because for how easily it was to obtain, you could convert it to chlorine and sell it for just a massive profit.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, here we go. Use our last battery. Oh, I can't mine that. I can analyze it though.
Radiation protection falling.
Burying one of those. What's that? Copper? I don't need copper. I need uranium. Ah, subterranean relics. You can carry 10 of those in a stack, and they are actually always found in caves, which is excellent news for us. Console issues.
No free slots in suit inventory.
Alright, well, we don't need that. And that's not worth keeping in the event of being able to loot something else. Another thing to note is you always have to have a slot free to open that. Okay, that microprocessor is exceptionally valuable. I pinned... Oh, I thought I pinned it. I did not pin it. Oh, I don't want to tag it because I have my little... If I move that, my little navigation beacon might go in. Let's test that. I tagged that. Nope, my navigation beacon still stays. Perfect. Alright. Well, we're going to run over here now. And we're going to sell some things to free up some space in the suit. And I can't run. I need to get to the quest that gets me to the suit. What is this milestone? What are you? Drifter, we walked a lot. Of course we walked a lot. flying isn't really feasible at this point, so we're going to sell. This always sells for a lot, but you do need a lot of them currently. So we'll wait to sell those until after we learn the things from the base computer that we need. Well, these are being sold at a loss today, but still 10k ain't bad. Strawberries are up, that's good. Sweet root is up. My dolls are down. I'll check with the other guy. Wheat is up. Salt is up. Keep the processor because we absolutely need that thing. Do you have... You don't. Of course you don't. You never do. Ah! The Galactic Trade Terminal never carries the things that I'm looking for. It's like every time I need it to carry something, it will never be there. But as soon as I no longer need that item, I'll never stop seeing it. It's just... Oh, and they're up by 6... Oh, you are the worst, sir. You're gonna bankrupt me to buy 2 of those. You are the absolute worst. I want you to know that. It's robbery, I say. Just blatant robbery. But I absolutely need 2 of those, which is no good. He also only has 2. This is most unfortunate because I'm basically going to lose everything I just earned in profits, which is no good. But that will allow the build. Oh, one thing I can do to clear up another slot is install this thing onto there. So a little bit more damage, fire rate, damage, and heat dispersion. All of those are excellent upgrade choices. We need to put those in the starship for now. Well, put those in the starship. That definitely goes in the ship. This we have to keep on us for once we get our Boltcaster made. What was it we needed? Oh yeah, we needed those for this. But we're about to go make that 179,000 back real quick. Because we're going to come over here. Oh, actually, I'm gonna... what is it? Something about how much we're mining? Yeah. Okay. Back to building our walls real quick. Oh. For fuck's sakes. We need to... move you. There you go. Leave that one open for another door. I always like to have 2 exits to a base. Because if you do not have them... Oh, we don't have any pure ferrite. Always something with this place. Get us some roofage going. Maybe. These snap controls are not always the best. But once you get a couple of them in place, it usually fixes itself up pretty decent. And now we can stand underneath one of those. Put one there. Put one there. Because we're underneath a roof. Our radiation protection no longer falls. Now this, we did make a bunch of magnetized ferrite. Not nearly enough, however. Now we're going to plop a bunch of that into there. And we need... I'm going to need to pull my rusted scrap over here. So. What's this wanting me to craft? You want me to craft?
Radiation protection falling.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know what it wants me to craft, but I'm not dealing with it. I need to produce a ridiculous quantity of regular ferrite dust. So what we do is we throw those in there, and we have 2.5 minutes of time before we start the next set. And then once we do that, we'll convert that into... Oh.
Radiation protection falling.
Harvest that real quick. I don't see any sentinels around. Oh, there's one over there. He's 100 meters away though, so we should be all right to mine these. I'm going to start on these outside edges so that if he comes investigating, I can go hide in the hole. But these little glowing minerals get broken down into some of the more profitable materials that you can only craft. I wouldn't really say late game, it really depends on how many nanites you put into your crafting tree. Once you get to... I can never remember what the name of that place is. The Atlas. It's not the Atlas. The Atlas is the giant angry red eye. Oh, see, he's investigating. Run away into the hole. So now we're gonna mine from inside this hole. And you'll notice every now and again, it just decides to not mine. Another trick you can do is they won't do anything unless you pick up a material. So if they're investigating, you can just get a bunch of materials really low. This only works on materials that do not give you harvesting mats as you mine them. Like these crystals are a great example of that. But if you were to try that with anything that produces ferrite dust, carbon, salt, chlorine, any of those, you end up with a issue where they constantly provide you with more material as you're harvesting them. Now this might actually get us enough money to be able to get all the materials we need, plus several more. Habitation program. Oh, that's for the construction research unit. I'm less concerned with that than one might think. Currently, I need to put those in. However, I am now low on carbon again. Like I said, you can never have enough carbon. Get rid of any... Once you have a stack of silicate, there's no point in holding on to any more of it. Because it will literally just sit in your inventory and do nothing. Oh, we now have an advanced mining laser, which means we can use larger objects. But this one which gives us pure ferrite and sodium, and that one which gives us ferrite and carbon.
Radiation protection.
Oh. Radiation protection is low. I always forget to look at those, and then it yells at me, and then I almost die every time. How I managed to make it to the center of the galaxy on a permadeath character, I will never know, because I am fairly terrible at this. Apologies if you can hear me swallowing. I have been drinking an energy drink. I sleep very rarely, so those are a constant source of just the ability to stay functioning. I have severe insomnia issues, so every now and again I will be attempting to sleep and I will just be denied. fuck that guy? Clear that metal done. Oh no, leave me be. All I have is a mining laser. Go away. So what we'll do here is we'll mine in, we'll mine down, and it'll make a turn. That way, even if they follow us in, they'll get lost and give up. If you ever just make a straight hole, they will find you, and they will also occasionally see you through the earth, like they just did. Oh, cool. They deactivated. That's good. Because, yeah, they will periodically just have the ability to see you through the earth. Between them and the stupid dogs, there's little dog sentinel versions, which are quite possibly one of the worst things in gaming history. And this is coming from someone who plays the Dark Souls games. Be gone, you pest! God, I need that fucking thing soon. Need carbon. Carbon. Always with the carbon. Alright, we gotta run away now. Oh, I needed some pure ferrite, didn't I? Oh, am I gonna have enough time to get this pure ferrite and get back to the base? We shall see. Fortunately, I did not lose any of my actual health. Just almost broke my shields fighting the stupid cat lizard thing. One of my favorite things about this game are the ridiculous animals that are all in it. Because that will match the rest of my base. One thing I would like to do on this playthrough, because it's something I've never done on any of the others, is craft an underwater base. I've never really messed with like the Nautilin or any of the Exocraft machines. I mostly just stick to spacefaring and on my feet. So I'm looking forward to something new. Actually, well, there's no point in adding anything else, so we'll do that for now. And we'll start breaking these apart. Okay, and that's all we're going to be allowed to break, because since our inventory is full, I can clear that, because I've got enough ferrite dust right now. And see, now that it's full, it won't let you break it apart. Oh, silicate powder, that can also go away. Look at that, more things. Paradox. So, since we've filled up, while we're waiting for that to finish crafting the rest of my ferrite dust output, so that I can convert it into magnetized ferrite, we'll go first to this guy. We'll check and see what our prices are for these materials. These are both super low on the galactic scale market. That is unfortunate. Crystal sulfide isn't very great either. Dirty bronze. Pretty much all of those are not at a hefty downgrade, but this guy might just buy them for more. So we'll check with him and we'll just see who's going to buy them for the most. You can have the Mordite, that's for sure. Sulfide's only 7. Oh, the Herex actually up by 0.1%, so we'll take that. It's not bad. I need to remember these numbers. 11.8, 13.4, and 3.3. So that's 14 to 17. So we definitely want to sell both of those to that guy, and that's 1.6. So we want to sell this one here, because this is negative 3.3 with him. So, but the other two we want to sell to this guy because he's got them at a significantly reduced listing. One thing I forgot to check was the feline livers. He does want those for more, which is nice. Yeah, see, those are both significantly more at this location. And now we'll break some more crystals. Sadly, you have to do this constantly. That needs to go into my ship. So we know that we sell these two to him, and we sell that one to there. We'll compare the others after I sell these. Not the most exciting gameplay, but like I said, the early stages of this game are not exactly exciting. Especially when your main profit or main goal is to attempt to produce some manner of profit. Okay. Break that down into just regular gold and break that down into just regular tritanium. Now, we'll talk to this guy, purchase, and do some selling. It is a shame that he does not have more materials. So I know I can get a better price for carbon or granite over there. Don't have any use for crystal sulfide at the moment. We do need a bunch of these later on, but there's not really any point in holding on to them. You can find them everywhere on any water planet. They're exceptionally common. And that solves that. Dense carbon. I don't know if I can sell the dirty bronze for more over there, so we'll check that and see what this stupid galactic market's gonna try to rip me off for. I don't know, 1.7. Yeah, it's a 0.1 difference. I'm not gonna wander all the way back to him for 0.1. The microprocessor. Am I close enough to transport things to my ship? I am. Put the gold on there. Put the tritanium on there. Put the dihydrogen there. We still need a bunch more of that. And a bunch more of that. Yeah, it wants me to... I don't have enough carbon. Why is there never enough carbon? Save that for when I inevitably have to go fight these sentinels, because with how low my shield count is, definitely going to need it. Also, how much money did I make there? 1.1. Somehow, even with all of that, that is still not enough to get me what I need for that other mining laser. All of this stupid salt is in the way of this one plant I'm trying to mine right there. Be gone. I'll punch you in the head. Sure. I hate those things. Predator animals are just a nuisance. They're not really dangerous, just very, very annoying. Anyway, I need to harvest more carbon. Harvest this carbon, and then we are going to learn another word in Viking. What are we going to learn? We're going to learn the. Surprisingly, oh no, be gone, you pest. Why are you charging me from the other side of the freaking world? Go away, I'll laser beam you in the face. Stupid beastie. Heck, let me... Oh, apparently I I created a little overhang on my building. Not particularly worthwhile. But it'll be alright. And can use it as like a little emergency landing pad if I need to. And surprisingly, it has already been another hour, and we have accomplished nothing. The beginnings of this game are incredibly slow. But it is alright. We will get more of these going. I know you want me to craft a carbon nano too, but I want to wait to do that for now. I'm probably going to go ahead and get a bunch of this refining done without recording it, because it's just a tedious process of me standing here AFK while you watch, which no one wants to do that, so maybe once I start streaming and I have a chat going, I'll be able to sit and while I stand around and wait, I can talk to the chat and see how they go. But again, we're still waiting on YouTube, and probably will be for long take, probably 72 hours. With this having been being done, the first episode being done on Tuesday, and that was when I put in my request for that. It might be Friday, or possibly even the following Monday before that occurs. The goal for this little, we're going to do this as a little let's play and try to get to the end of the campaign. I'm not going to progress any story events or do anything like go ship hunting or anything off of record. I'm just going to produce the various materials I need from things like my rusted scrap and my magnetized ferrite and all that crap, so that I can have enough of everything I need to get everything crafted. In the meantime, I'm going to go harvest some more carbon and some more ferrite rust. So I'll catch y'all after I get all these materials converted over.